Greetings, colleagues. I hope you are having an amazing day and an even better week. I just first want to start off by expressing my gratitude and appreciation for each of you. We've gotten off to a really good start to the school year, and I just know that wouldn't have been possible if it weren't for all of your collective effort to ensure that all of our students and families and each other's needs are being met. So, thank you for everything you've done to contribute to such a positive start to the school year. I also just want to take a moment to tell you a brief story. And the reason that I feel like it's so important to tell you the story is because I believe that in many ways, this story embodies or represents who we are as a community here in St. Louis Park Public Schools, but also I think it's a reflection of all of the work that we've done as a collective system to really empower and pour values into our students to do the right thing. So in this picture that you're seeing on your screen are three of our high school students. From left to right, you have Ruby Levon, who is a 12th grader. You have Coco Grunin, who is an 11th grader, and Libby Ackerman, who is a 10th grader. And last week on Wednesday, as they were riding their bus home, bus 213, um, they saw a toddler in the middle of the street, and that toddler was crying, really afraid. And the bus driver immediately pulled to the side of the road and had to stay on the bus because they have a duty and a responsibility to ensure the safety of the children on the bus. But these three students, along with Coco's brother John, who's also an 11th grader at our high school, jumped off the bus and sprung into action. So they got off the bus, they were able to safely secure that toddler and then proceeded to figure out where that toddler's home was to get them back to safety. And I share this story just simply because of the fact that these three students, right, they weren't given direction by the bus driver to do this. They hadn't been taught in a class what to do when you see a toddler in the middle of the road crying. They reacted, and they reacted up from a place of value and support and care for a community member. And I was so impressed yesterday when I had a chance to sit down and speak to each of them, because in my conversation with them, I recognized and I could feel the investment that all of you have made over the years in their lives. And I couldn't help but to think about all of the other Rubies and Cocos and Libbies that we have in St. Louis Park Public Schools, and how all of these students currently are receiving an educational experience that is truly preparing them to successfully contribute to the world that we live in. So I just wanted to share that story with you, to acknowledge them for their heroic efforts, but also to thank you, because I know that those heroic efforts don't happen if these students don't have an experience that's nurturing and encouraging and allows them to take risk and understand the importance of taking care of themselves and one another. I also want to just take a moment to tell you that I was so just impressed by the questions that I received as a part of my superintendent back to school kickoff keynote. And I thought that it was very instructive, and I think that it's a great way to stay in conversation with our community. So what we'll be doing as we move forward, every week in the flow, there'll be an opportunity for you to submit questions. And what the goal will be is that each week we will select from the questions that are submitted and respond to those questions, really just hoping to make sure that if there are things that you're wondering about, things that you're not clear about, that we can provide space to make sure that those questions get answered for you. So thank you again for everything you've done to get us off to a tremendous start to the school year. And I hope you have a great rest of your week. Take care.